are now downgraded. This happens just 2 weeks after the entire U.S. was downgraded by Fitch.
Moody's downgrading 10 U.S. small and mid-sized banks.
Moody's Investor Service downgrading 10 banks.
And now what we're starting to see, these headlines are shocking. Many people wouldn't believe it a year, 2 years, 3 years ago. But here we are. We're going to step into massive hyperinflation and a very, very, very big problem in America. Look at this headline. Dedollarization will be a vicious cycle as hyperinflation leads to higher interest rates that will further erode the greenback's power. Janet Yellen, a natural way to divert.
God, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start by, of course, giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Devil wanted to the elder apostle, create millstone, rule one, teach well, because I shalom to you, brothers, as well as if you very little sisters tuning in, listening, and learning. And just getting right into it, as you heard, another warning, that the economy is really bad right now. Like you said, he just mentioned that how this woman talking about de-dollarization will be on a high level, man. Which we know that's inflation. That's what's going on now with all these prices being up, and you not being Jacob and all these people, not being able to get a bang for their buck, man. Like they was, a couple years ago when inflation wasn't so high, but now, the prices are up, and it's costing more to get less shit, man. This is gonna drive a lot of people crazy, man. It's let me keep playing this.
Talking about diversifying against and away from the U.S. dollar. Janet Yellen now says Americans should anticipate a decline in the U.S. as the world.
And we've been receiving warnings about this from June. I think it was from June. I heard from June 4th up until 2024. It's going to be like a bad economy collapse. And it's going to last up until 2024, a month of 2024. Which I don't know how true this is, but it's not too far-fetched. We are getting ready to see a lot of shit that's going to be going on that's going to be making it difficult to move in the society. From inflation to power outages to it's gonna be a lot of shit going on, man.
World's reserve currency, what's really going on, and how can you prepare? This is what's going to happen. They're walking us into this erosion of the dollar. For example, look at this. Jared Bernstein, the dethroned king dollar, right? The government needs to step in to drop its commitment to maintaining the dollar's reserve currency status. April 18th, 2023. Jared Bernstein.
And while the dollar once again is being dethroned, is bringing in a currency that's not the dollar bill. At the same time you dethroning this dollar, all these banks collapsing. You just had 10 banks collapse. This is no coincidence, man. This, prophecy is getting ready to be fulfilled, to come to pass.
Who is he, right? Well, he was just appointed in the White House. Statement from Biden on the confirmation of Jared Bernstein. I want to thank the Senate for confirming my nominee for chair of the Council of Economic Advisors, Jared Bernstein. Our economy continues to show progress tackling inflation while unemployment remains at historic lows. Well, I don't know about all that. While there is more work to do, jobs are up, wages are up, and inflation is down. And Jared uniquely understands that a job is far more than a paycheck. It's about dignity of work, right? Well, his pride has been discussing getting rid of the dollar for over a decade. Literally over a decade, he's been talking about this. I mean, look, 2014, opinion, dethroned king dollar, New York Times, right? Basically coming up on 10 years, just that article. So we start to see what's happening. This plan, what's going to happen to the dollar, is going to be unbelievable. If you're an American, if you're saving money, if you don't know what's going on, I'm going to break it down for you in this video. Please hit the like button. When you hit the like button, YouTube will share this content, educate more people. I mean, let's face it, a lot of people in America are completely asleep. They don't know what's happening. And they think that everything's completely fine. The facts are saying otherwise. And if you want to fix your credit, we'd love to help you at my company, greatcreditfast.com. That's greatcreditfast.com. Go there, schedule a free strategy session. We'd love to help you and position you for what I think is going to be the greatest rug pull and the greatest wealth transfer of all time. Take a look at this.
With SpotMe, I can overdraft up to...
Okay, well, that's pretty much on that, Once again, 10 banks, 10 banks, just devalue. And, in the midst of this, we already had a situation going on where people was trying to pull their money up out them banks that went down and they wasn't able to, because the banks spent their money, man, in which we getting ready to go into a currency where, all of the money that you have goes straight to the bank. It doesn't, what I mean, ain't no saving up money, what I mean, to go to your to a side bank account or anything. It's gonna be strictly, here's your information on this thing, and you put your money on this thing too, and they can do whatever they want with your money, what I mean, and they can cause you not to be able to purchase or do things based on your people score, or just how they got it in China, man. But this is prophesied once again, man. Revelation chapter 13 verse 16. Now, but let's get some precepts and we're gonna close out. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 4. It says, "And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low," and that's the point being. Scripture said the sound of the grinding gonna be low. That means it ain't gonna be no work. It ain't gonna be no work because the dollar bill gonna be so bad. What I mean, Esau ain't really gonna be trying to kick out as much paper receipts. And dollar he's not gonna be be trying to kick out too much of that. Because the dollar bill is gonna be so bad you ain't gonna be able to afford to pay for workers, man. It says and from there it's just gonna get worse, man. But this is a prophecy that's gonna come to pass. This is the book of Daniel chapter 2 and verse 43. It says, "And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with clay," just talking about the statue that the vision, that Daniel was interpreting, dealing with the kingdoms. You had the head of gold, which is Nebuchadnezzar. You got the chest of silver, which you had the Grecian Empire, the thighs of I'm sorry, not the Grecian, but the Medio-Persian. Then you had the skirt of so and so on and so forth. The Grecian, Roman empires came to pass, and then also now what you got today, which is verse 43. And you can read it, on time, just on my break, so I'm not gonna read through all of it. But verse 43 being going to the point, back in the book of Daniel chapter 2 and verse 43 again, it says, "And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with clay, miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay." And that's going into how Esau, he's mixed here. When you come to America, you don't see just white people. You don't see just so-called white people. You don't see so-called black people. You don't see just so-called Hispanic people. You don't see just so-called Native and Seminole Indian people. It's all different varieties of people. You got Moab here, Ammon here, I'm sorry. You got the Chinese here. You got the Russians here. You got you got the so-called Jews here. Everybody is here, man. So Esau's mixed together. But I wanted to get this because they were talking about that mixed with the miry clay, because I also because really that iron is also going into their military. Their military might. Esau is big on military. Esau is big on the military. But also, when it goes into the clay, is also talking about his debt, which I got another precept for that. This is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his," right? So this system is based on a debt currency. This whole thing is based on a debt currency. It's not real money. It's not real money. We know what real money is. This is book of Genesis, chapter chapter 14 and verse 1. I started. I'm sorry, 13. It says, this book of Genesis chapter 13, verse 2. And Abraham was very rich in cattle and silver and in gold, right? So that was a real currency, man. You know, cattle, silver, and gold. But you know, we dealing with this bullshit paper. But even that, you know, is this Esau's whole currency system been devaluing, man. You know, the Lord ain't dealing with his currency, man. You know, he's saying God we trust, but the Lord is taking his currency out. You know, because once again, you had the dollar bill, which had the gold. It had gold on it once before, man. You know, it had a gold prints on the American dollar. But Esau devalued that. Now it's just paper, and then Esau's about to devalue it again, and now it's just you got your information on a little piece of technology, man. That's gonna be in your hand or your forehead, man. You know, the Esau's gonna continue to keep devaluing, the currency until he can't no more, man. You know, and because once again, Esau ain't gonna go to no gold or silver standard over here. You know, he's a greedy bastard, man. You know, this is Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 6. Once again, I'm gonna close out. Shall not all these take up a parable against them, and taunt a proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that's what Esau been doing. He been increasing that which is not his. All of the things he stole from over here, rape, robbed, and murdered, alligator baited, and all these things that he ain't paid for yet, and he's still continuing to add upon, you know, that iniquity, things that are not his, man. And the Lord is going to judge him for that, and he's going to pay it back. The scripture say he has swallowed down riches and shall vomit them up again, man. That's the Job chapter 20. You know, now the Lord is going to pay him. He's going to receive sevenfold for his wickedness, man. You know, I mean, he's going to not sevenfold, but he's going to receive double for his wickedness, man. You know, when I says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. And like you read Sirach chapter 10 and verse 4, or is it 10 and 8? One of the two. Riches got by deceit, unrighteous dealings and riches got by deceit, man. You know, is the reason that why kingdoms are translated in the first place.